Hello, good evening and welcome to the Talkin Kop. It's Sunday the 1st of December. Liverpool are 9 points clear at the top of the Premier League. They're 11 points clear of today's opposition, Manchester United. And let me tell you, Keith,
City.
Shawnee, what did I say?
You said United.
Did I? It wasn't them. Definitely wasn't
ahead
fucking them. That's the excitement. That's the excitement getting to me. So let me tell you, they're 11 points clear of Manchester City. But for the record, they're 15 points clear of Manchester United. Let me tell you, Keith, Shawnee, and Emma. No, Keith and Shawnee are out drinking. Okay, gonna be straight up with you. And Emma is working. So I have moved Matt from post match 2 here. So me and Matt can have an hour chat, and Matt is really fucking happy about it. And he has a thing for you. And he says it's gonna take 20 minutes to get through, called Narrative Corner. Narrative Corner is what it's called, okay? So he said it may take 20 minutes. That is fucking madness in my opinion. But we're going to go with it. So at about 20 to 11, Matt's going to shout Narrative Corner, and we're going to get into it before we finish up the show. James Knight says, what's this? It's a show about Liverpool, and we do a lot of them, and we do them regularly, and they're usually at 10 p.m. at night, James. I hope you catch up soon. First things first, I want to put out an appeal. Okay, an appeal to Sky Sports at Sky Sports Football, wherever it might be. Can you please, for the love of Jesus, stop giving us Gary Neville? Okay, all right. The amount of bias against us and for teams that aren't even involved in today's fixture from that man is appalling. And I'm not going to go right into it, but I am going to tell you in a gesture of good faith and that we mean it, we are willing to take Phil. Okay, we are willing to take Phil.
AC or Neville?
No, Neville. We are willing to take Phil Neville on our games. If you will please rid us of the fucking abomination that is Gary Neville. I was thinking about it earlier and I was like, do you know what he is? He's the prick, right? That when you're having a house party, he comes down from his fucking bedroom to complain that the music's too loud because he's going through a really tough time on his PC playing Lemmings. He's on a tough fucking level and he can't get past it. So please, just rid us of us. And like, if you think this is all just front, it's not. We're willing genuinely to take Phil. Okay, so that's where we are on that. I want to give, and we will get into the match, but I have notes and I want to get through them. And we're really excited about what went on today. But I want to give a shout out to a lad named Owen that came into the comments after the show on Friday night and went, Gav, will you give over? We're not fucking drawing against these smucks. We're absolutely beating them. Had a right go at me, and I got back on to him today and said I apologise on I will chew on humble pie from 10 p.m. and I am because I'm going to get into it and tell you why, but I wanted to give you a shout out as well. And I think I'm done. I want to give a shout out to a few members later on, maybe during Narrative Corner if I'm allowed, or 45 seconds. But all
right, let me do some housekeeping then as well too, real quick. Hold on, let's see if I can get this right.
That's not going to be right. Oh, it is. Oh, you were in Toronto.
Right way up, right way down. All right. A big shout out to the good folks at the official Liverpool Supporters Club of Toronto who hosted me and my wife for the Real Madrid game at their official headquarters in Toronto on Wednesday. It was a fantastic time. Absolutely lovely. It was shocking to be recognized as Matt from YouTube by a total random stranger in a different city. It made my wife's day. She's like, "You're famous." It's like, shut the fuck up. Don't leave me alone. So, absolutely lovely time. I hope everybody enjoyed their day there as well. I hope I'm not stepping on your toes here, but there are some birthday shout-outs we need to give out. Some members that were being a little sneaky about it. Owen Burke had a birthday, didn't let anybody know about it in the chat.
Emmett.
Brian O'Sullivan, that son of a bitch. And, of course, Emmett, the Limoncello Ultra himself. Lots of birthdays going around.
Yeah.
But Gav, to pirouette us into the game and to piggyback on the fact that it was Brian O'Sullivan who had an amazing birthday week. He's a hip-hop fan. He got 2 J. Cole albums. He got 2 huge wins by Liverpool. He got a new Kendrick Lamar album. And Kendrick Lamar summed up perfectly in one word this Liverpool team, and that is mustard. We are fucking deadly, Gav. We're deadly.
Do you know what? I gave a huge amount of credit to the players and the manager after Wednesday night. And I didn't think I was going to come into this podcast giving them more credit than I gave them for Wednesday night. And just to clear it up, the reason I thought it might be a score draw today was I thought City would have to go and try score goals. And I think it's hard to stop City scoring goals. if they create the amount of chances that they usually do and have over a certain amount of games. But I'm going to give more credit to Liverpool today than I did on Wednesday night. I just thought how we approached that game, managed it, took it to them, held on to the ball, sat in and defended, picked them off, and toyed with them, to be perfectly honest, was outrageous. It was an outrageous performance from Liverpool today, and 2-0 massively flatters Manchester City. I could not get over how we just transitioned into whatever we wanted. At any point of the game, we transitioned into lunatics going forward. So dedicated to what we were trying to do defensively. Good in transition, good on the ball, good off the ball. It was so fucking good, man. And I know you're going to go into narrative corner later, and it's kind of like, have we played anybody? Bum, 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 bum. But honestly, if that performance, and I don't care who City don't have, because I can list you who Liverpool don't have, if that performance doesn't make the rest of England and the rest of Europe sit up and go, fuck me, these are good, I don't know what will.
Well, I mean, you wanted to go in a little bit on Gary Neville, and I can't help you with that, Gav. It's a road you'd have to hoe alone, because luckily for those of us on the international feed, we are spared Gary Neville. Yeah. So please get yourself a Fubo TV membership and a VPN and never have to deal with Gary Neville ever again. And you'll love it, because we get no pre-match, no halftime, no post-match stuff. It's like advertisements, the game, 15 minutes of advertisement, the game, and then the stream is over, and that's it. So I don't have to deal with Gary Neville, but I did catch one thing that he said, I believe it was yesterday, and that was, Liverpool and Manchester City, are you watching? Like, are you fucking watching this, Gary? Like, you're waxing lyrical over Arsenal thumping a dreadful West Ham United 5-2, when we put together two of the most comprehensive 2-0 defeats of, let's run through it here, the reigning champions of Europe and the reigning 4-time-in-a-row champions of England. 2-0 scorelines that should have been 4-0 or 5-0. Thibaut Courtois stands on his head. Today, Virgil van Dijk, for the life of him, decides he will not score from a corner for some strange reason. Mo Salah misses a chance that he would bury 19 times out of 20, if not even more regularly than that. And still, this is why we're doing Narrative Corner, Gav. It's absolutely sickening to me. But to just, from a purely Liverpool point of view, you nailed it. Everything that we could have wanted to do, we did. And, I think it was Kev said in the WhatsApp before the game, it's all about, who wants to win their individual battles. And I would say, man to man, 11 to 11, substitutes to substitutes, we won every single one of our individual battles. But even more so than that, Pep Guardiola, who is one of the great coaches and strategists of all time in this sport, got completely outclassed by Arnes today. And if this doesn't make every other football fan in the world and the few straggling Liverpool fans that haven't clocked onto it yet, if you haven't realized after these last two matches, or I don't know, the 17 that have come before that, where we have put this incredible run together, that we have an unbelievably fucking clever coach. This guy is so good.
Can I bring you back to the start?
Please.
On Friday night when me and Kev were talking about Man City's approach, we felt that Man City should probably come out and try to get at Liverpool, because me and Kev between us didn't feel City either had the legs in their 11 or off the bench to overrun Liverpool from, say, 70 to 90 or 95, okay? And what happened was the exact opposite, man. Like, I'm not getting into lineups. We know what the lineups are, right? And they're, kind of, that's what they're going with. Fair enough. It was a little bit surprising. Maybe Ayers was a little bit surprising, maybe in one or two areas. But they came out, man, and they had one shot in the whole of the first half, which was, I think it was Rico Lewis drags one wide.
It was one wide.
Yeah. But, man, for a team that are 8 points behind us, they're away, they're low in confidence. People might argue, no, sit in, but you can't sit in against Liverpool. They'll just keep passing and passing. This isn't Liverpool of the years gone by that'll bombard you and you can kind of try hurt them on the break. They will literally meticulously try to take it apart at their pace. And what they done in the first 10 minutes in particular, was like, what is going on here? Like, could you believe what they were at in the first 10 minutes? Or did you understand it? Because I genuinely was looking at it going, they've no interest in winning this game.
The biggest thing from the first 10 minutes that I took from it was I was blown away how we came out. Because I really thought, because when the City lineup drops and you're thinking, I can't remember, I think it was Roy Fitzgerald in the Telegram, was when the lineups drop was going, he's interested to see how City's going to build up from attack and how they're going to line up in and out of possession with the players they had on the pitch. Is Rico Lewis going to drop into the back line? Is Akanji going to come up into the midfield? Blah, 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 blah. And I thought because of that, because it was the big unknown, that Slot would have us set up to be reserved and cagey and not give anything away and let him and his coaching staff take a look at what City were doing and then relay the on-pitch instructions so that we could adapt to what they were doing. But instead, he just went, nope. And it was a little bit cloppy that we just like, boom, right out of the traps. We came after them. And they were, I think they're broken, Gav. I think that team is mentally shattered. And maybe there's a reason for that in the sense that, they've won 4 in a row, 4 on the bounce, poor recruitment from them. See, this is narrative stuff. We're getting to it. I can't wait. They don't look like the Man City that we're used to seeing. And so when I think back to a couple of months ago, I said, I think Arsenal's going to finish below Chelsea this season. That was because I couldn't have fathomed Man City looking as fragile and as poor as they currently do. And I think every team that has Man City coming up against them in the fixture schedule, at least for the next 3 or 4 game weeks, are just absolutely licking their lips. It doesn't matter if you're Southampton or Fulham or whoever they have. I don't care who they have, because they're almost not even our problem anymore if we handle our own business. I think every team is looking at them going, we can get at these. And I think that's what Arne Slot and his coaching staff saw as well and went, these guys just aren't good enough to hang with us. And we went after them.
It's, you know what, you've said something there that's probably made me think that we need to give Liverpool more credit than kind of looking and wondering what City were at, because I thought City's way home was to come out, force 15, force 20, try to get a goal lead, and then try sit in, frustrate Liverpool and see if they could hit them on the break. But that didn't happen. City came out, and when they got the ball, just was like, playing it around a bit, but not trying to do anything. It was so weird. But then 10 minutes hits, and Liverpool decide, right, that's enough. That's enough. We've seen enough. Here we go. And they absolutely hammer on Man City's door for, I would say, 20 minutes solid from there on in. And it's not the Alamo, like, it's not like get it wide, lash it in the box, just fucking try win every second ball. It was so precise in what they were doing. They were so drilled in what they were doing. And every time City got the ball, Liverpool were on them. Every time City tried to play out, Liverpool were intercepting. It was so good. And like, you look at the chances we have, Van Dijk, hits the post, should score. Trent has that one that at the time you think it's, that's wide, but I think it might come off the bottom of the post. I think it might just clip the bottom of the post, but we're going and we're going and we're going. And in between all that, we see an outrageous goal, right? And the pass from Trent, the distance he puts it, the space he puts it into, the trajectory, everything about it, where it just sits in front of Salah and goes, there you go. You just do what you like. And the ball from fucking Salah to put it from where he is, to put it into that area, he's actually putting it towards goal with curl for Cody Gakpo to put it in. And it was no more. It was no more.
I think that's a pass.
Oh, no, he's 100% passing it. Yeah. He's 100% passing it. But it was no more than Liverpool deserved.
100% not. I mean, for us not to have already been ahead at the point that we actually ended up taking the lead would be not that. But the pass from Trent was... So before the match, I was talking with Chris, Kevin, Ashley, doing the post-match show, because I was under the impression I was going to be on the post-match as normal, not remembering that Clan Lawson had abducted Keith and went out on the drink tonight. I was of the belief that the best way forward, not knowing the shape that Trent was going to be in, was to go Gomez at right back and Kwanzaa at center half. Now, shows what the fuck I know. Given what we see late on in the game when he brings Kwanzaa on and just says he's going to play right back and he's going to do it fantastically. And kudos to Jarrell Kwanzaa for that. But when the lineups dropped and I see that Trent started, I said, like, we could really do with Trent having one of those games. And the first 3 or 4 minutes, I had in my notes, which I'm not even going to look at because the post-match show covered everything off nicely. And well done, guys. In the first couple of minutes, Trent had a couple of passes into the middle of nowhere that put us under pressure. And it was like, don't be doing that. And then he switched that radar on. And the ball for Salah that's why Jurgen Klopp built his team around Trent Alexander-Arnold, because he has the ability to make plays like that, which allows your team to function in a way that no other team can really do. It's the type of play that a Kevin De Bruyne does, that world-class, generational-level players. And Trent hasn't been that this year so far. And this is a slight divergence from a regular Sunday night thing where I know Trent's been catching a little bit of flack, and rightly so for a lot of it. But I love Trent Alexander-Arnold because he can do things like that. And it was a gorgeous, gorgeous ball. But nobody can take the credit away from Mo. I'm presuming they mentioned it on the post-match show, but even if they didn't, it bears mentioning again. That now makes Mo level with Wayne Rooney for 37 games in the Premier League with a goal and an assist, and he is going to take that record in the next couple of weeks. The guy is outrageous. Mo Salah he's currently on form. He's the best player in the world.
It was astonishing, the ball. Because when it goes in behind, right, and he's running at, I can't remember who he's running at, but as he's running and he's getting close to the goal, I'm actually looking for him to go outside of Aki if he wants to put it into the box, because the more he gets in there, he's getting close to goal. There's more chance of like a shot being blocked down, or even though he's coming inside, I felt he was narrowing his angle because he was so close to goal. If he'd have been on the edge of the box, you'd be thinking, this is perfect. We know what's coming here. Bend them on in the far corner. But he comes inside and he finds a ball like that. And you know something? It was actually something that I looked at and went, City have done that so many times to teams where Raheem Sterling or Riyad Mahrez or Gabriel Jesus or Aguero are standing there tapping balls into the back post. But this ball is threaded, into a gap at pace. Basically saying to Gakpo, you are not missing this. This is coming straight at you. Just get anything on it.
You can play this with the side of your knee. It doesn't matter. This ball's going in the net.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. Chris says that Salah is 4 goals short of Billy Little to go fourth joint in all-time goal scorers for Liverpool.
You know who else knows that? Mo Salah.
And he does an interview.
He does a card on his bedroom wall.
He does an interview after the game, and they were like, "What a ball!" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm a good player." And he has a laugh at it, which I really, really liked. I really, really liked that, because sometimes Salah can come across as, quite introverted, but he was so good. For the rest of the half, City just look all over the shop. Like Liverpool at will can get set pieces and look so dangerous, and we just keep
reasons for this, Gav. We got to talk about them. You kind of mentioned one before. You didn't quite hit the nail on the head. Our tackling in midfield was incredible today.
Yeah,
the number of feet put in by Gravenberch, Szoboszlai fucking ran his balls off today. McAllister, all of them, absolutely excellent. That had so much to do with it. Anytime there was a 50-50 in the midfield, I think we won basically every single 50-50 ball that there was to be had in the midfield. And anything that got through that, and this bears talking about for at least a couple of minutes. Gav, I might have misspoken earlier when I said that Mo Salah is currently on form the best player in the world, because after watching that performance today, the answer might be Virgil van Dijk, because my goodness, he was a monster. If we call his little flub with the ball where KDB robs him and Kelleher does the only thing he has to do for the whole game, if we call that the exception that proves the rule, Virgil van Dijk today was outrageous.
But you see, I'm not going to disagree with you, but I am going to tell you that's the third time in 3 games that Virgil van Dijk has done something like that. Okay? And it's starting to grate on me. He does it at Southampton when we can see the penalty. He gives one away early against Real Madrid and they break. And it's, I think Robertson kind of shepherds, I can't remember your man's name. No, it might have been Goulart, the other fella.
Brahim Diaz.
Yeah. And then today he does that, and it's starting to piss me off, to be fair. And we are going to get caught. Now, in fairness, we've kind of said from the start of the season we're going to get caught doing this at some stage. But where we are now, we don't need this. Yeah, just fucking stop it, right? The Szoboszlai thing is interesting though, because I don't think City wanted a bar of. I don't think they did no interest in Szoboszlai today. They looked at him running around and went, "No, we're not doing that. We're just not doing that." And actually, we can't do that because I don't think Bernardo Silva can do it, and Gundogan most certainly can't do it. And you look at then at their centre backs. You've got Diaz who's coming back. He doesn't want that happening. And it makes, again, you have to give huge credit because Liverpool counteract every frailty that you think you see in Man City by put someone in a place where they'll capitalise on this and they'll walk them to the bone. And City don't want it. And we talked about on Wednesday night or post-match Wednesday going, Szoboszlai didn't start. Jones came in. Jones was outstanding. I think Jones might start on Sunday. It just shows how clever they are. They go, no, do you know what, Jones? You relax there. You'll more than likely start on Wednesday against Newcastle. We'll bring you on for the last 20. But this fella's going to go out and run the arse off Man City. And they're not going to like it. Again, it was another really good move by Liverpool to put him in there. And just to get him running. And they just didn't want to know.
Yeah. Well, James Knight there, I think, hit the nail on the head agreeing with you. Szoboszlai was always supposed to be the answer to the City games, even under Klopp. And I think that's it. And it goes to what I was saying about them just being broken mentally and physically. Like there was a stat that came up before the game of number of Premier League minutes played by players over the age of 25 or 28 or something like that.
Yeah.
And City's like second from top in that list, and we're way down at the bottom. And they've got a lot of legs with a lot of miles that have been there and done that. And somebody else in the chat said it, and I'm sorry, I don't have access to the control, so I couldn't save your thing for you, but said, it feels like the City team is getting tired of hearing Pep's voice. And there's got to be something to it because they're like, it's not that Pep Guardiola doesn't know how
It's Real Talk Football TV has said that, yeah.
Yeah, like I think that's kind of bang on. Is you just get some players going like, yeah, we've heard this all before. We know what we're doing. Like, is it a bit of arrogance from them? Like,
but let me tie that comment in with Jono's here, where he says, "Spot on, Gav. They can't do it even if they wanted to. They've no legs. They're doing a great imitation of Fabinho, Hendo in 22-23. I think it's more of that than a failure to listen, or tired or sick of listening. I think it actually does come across as that. I think Gundogan coming back, I think he could. He could complement Rodri quite well, because I think if you put Gundogan in a position for Man City with a really good six behind them, I think you can get over the fact that he's not going to tear around the pitch anymore for you like he used to. But when you have him as your deepest player, he has to put Bernardo Silva in there today. And I think Bernardo Silva's legs have fallen off him as well. So what happens is they can't move you up the pitch. They can't physically run and move you up the pitch. And then they start retreating. And when they retreat, they start getting on top of their centre-halves. And then all of a sudden, everyone else has to do an awful lot running for them. And I just thought, again, I know I'm repeating myself and I'm sorry, but Liverpool just figured them out and went, yeah, but that's why we have him there, and that's why he's going to play. And what we're going to do is we're not going to play Nunez and stand him up against Diaz, and Diaz in particular. I thought for Nunez, we're going to play Diaz instead, and we're going to let him drift here and drift there and run there, and play a winger's game as a false nine, and they don't want that either. Who picks them up? It's indecisive. But it gets to half time. It's 1-0 to Liverpool. At half time, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm really fucking happy with the way that's gone. But it's only 1-0, and that naturally comes in, doesn't it? Where you say to yourself, I wish we had a second, just in case they pop one in the fucking.
We should have been more ahead. So yeah, it's a natural thing to be like, we're gonna rue those missed chances. We're gonna rue Virgil hitting the post with that header. We're gonna rue that 20 minutes of just pure domination we had on them, of not putting the foot on the throat and getting the extra goal. And it was something that I think it was Kev said at halftime in our little WhatsApp chat. And he's like, we need another goal here because they're going to get chances. And I said, what if they don't get chances? Like, what if we just don't let them have chances? And honestly, that's kind of how it panned out, Gav. Like, with the exception of Virgil's little fuck up where he lets De Bruyne get the ball off of him and has a decent chance and Kelleher's there to save the day. Other than that, they didn't actually really pressure us all that much. Like, Erling Haaland today, he's going narrative corner.
Did I read somewhere that he had 16 touches?
Yeah, he had 16 touches, the fewest of any player on the pitch. It reminded me of that game that Lukaku had for Chelsea, where he had like 7 touches and 2 of them were from kickoffs. And he was just an absolute phantom out on the pitch. But Erling Haaland, to me, and obviously I'm biased, he is a flat track bully of the highest order. He does not score goals in big games. And you put him up next to a true Premier League great. Now, he's had a Premier League great season. There's no doubting that. You know, he breaks the goal scoring record. So you can't say that in terms of one season performances, Erling Haaland has had maybe the greatest one season goal scoring performance of any player in the Premier League ever. Fine. But in terms of being a great, it means showing up in the big games. And when you hear things like no player has scored against Manchester City more than Mo Salah. You know, no player has scored against Manchester United in the last 8 years more than Mo Salah. He's a big game player who steps up in big games and scores goals against big opposition. Erling Haaland, yeah, he might bag hat tricks against the Ipswiches and the Luton Towns and stuff like that, and it helps to, inflate his already impressive numbers. But he's not showing up in the big games for them. And today, he was absolutely worth nothing. And this is coming from a guy that had him as his captain in his fantasy Premier League team. And I'm dead last in my little mini league with all my friends. And I'm fucking loving life because I got no Liverpool players on my team. I'm full of Arsenal and Chelsea and Man City players. And they all fucking suck. And it's great. Reverse psychology fantasy Premier League is the way to go, people. I'm loving life. But I mean, that's the difference, Gav, is that we have a big game player that shows up because today Mo looked like he was on one again. And he has that feeling about him. There's certain games where get the ball to Mo.
He has that glint in his eye. He has that glint in his eye that says he knows what's on here. He's done this. He's done this dance. He's done this dance. He's very close to doing it in 18, 19. He does it in 19, 20. And as much as I think there's a bang of 19, 20 of this City side in the sense that if Liverpool get ahead of steam and get ahead of them, I don't think they believe they can get back and Liverpool will run away from them. I do look at Mo Salah and he looks like it's not a fiery determination. It's nearly an arrogance. You don't know how good we are. You don't know how good we are. And we're going to keep showing you, and you're going to keep telling us that we're not that good, and you're going to keep telling us that this team over there had injuries, and we're just going to keep doing it. And he just has that look in his eye. And
you're drifting in the narrative corner. I think another way.
I don't want to drift into narrative corner because I'm really looking forward to it. And we are getting close. We are getting close to narrative corner, but second half, this is what impresses me the most. I think on 65, 70 minutes, I think I seen a stat that City may have had about 65% possession in the second half. Right?
They came out great. Second half, they came out dominant.
Yeah. But when I was watching it, I thought, this is where Liverpool click into a different way of doing things. Going back to the most standout version of it was Chelsea at home, where they went, we know what we can do. We're comfortable in what we're doing. You have to chase. We're going to sit in. And Liverpool continue to make better chances in the game. And this is where I give more credit than Wednesday night. Because Wednesday night to me felt like good, really good, brilliant for the second half in an attacking sense. And it was to and fro, but Liverpool managing it well. Honestly, the second half today, I loved the first half where we were just absolutely going at them and I would have loved more goals. But the second half today for me, Matt, was just like, it gives you a massive comfort when you think we may go to a St. James's Park. We may go to a Goodison Park. and we may be under the cosh because the atmosphere is up and they're getting a few corners or they're getting a few this, and Liverpool are just going, we're absolutely fine with that. We'll defend all this. We'll defend everything you have, and then we'll hurt you. And the second half was so impressive, man. So impressive.
It's the thing coming out of it now, it's so nice having more than 10 minutes to digest your thoughts after a game before coming on and talking about it. The 10, 12-minute period after half from the Real Madrid game and today couldn't have been more diametrically opposed in terms of how dominant Liverpool were, in terms of possession of the ball. That the first 10 minutes after the half against Real Madrid might be the most dominant Liverpool performance I have ever seen in my entire life. Real Madrid had one touch of the ball in our half in 10 minutes. And it was a terrible pass by, shocker, Kylian Mbappe. The 10 minutes after the half in this game, they were swamping us. And that brings me on to our second point, Gap, which is who is arguably one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time is Floyd Mayweather Jr. And what did Floyd Mayweather Jr. have more than anybody else besides a crippling gambling addiction? It is unbelievable defense.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable ability to just block what you're doing and slip the counter. And that is what we saw in the second half, because they came out in the second half at us. And we were set up with a perfect guard to just block whatever they were throwing at us and slip the counter on it. And going the other way on the counter, we're going to win that 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10, because their defense is kind of shit and our attack is dynamite.
I think everywhere through the team is dynamite, and I want to go through a few players. I know I've only got 9 minutes before we get the narrative corner.
I'll run you late. You know I'll run you past that hour mark.
No, we're not running past that hour mark. I genuinely can't. Couple of things, right? And by the way, if you're watching this channel tomorrow morning, you're getting 2 shows tomorrow morning. Just to let you know, you're getting another look back at this game and the real standouts from it, and then you're getting, if you're a member, you're getting the 30 is back in the morning. So it could be a really nice 30 on a Monday morning after this win. So if you're a member, fill your boots in the morning. If you're not a member, you're going to get that show anyway. You're going to get a show. So you'll see details of them across our social media and stuff tonight, and then you'll know about it for tomorrow morning. But Salah misses that chance where we robbed them again, and we're in, and I'm so surprised that he puts it over the bar, because I see what he's trying to do. I think the keeper does well where he spreads himself but still stays kind of big. So Salah's trying to go over him a bit more, when the funny thing is he could have just went low and I think he would have been absolutely fine. And then they get robbed again. And when they get robbed this time, Nunez is causing all sorts of murder. Which he was madness when he comes on. I'll get back to him in a minute. But then Diaz just takes over and plows through the middle, goes past the keeper. Keeper takes him down. People are like, it's minimal. It's a penalty. Yeah, and Salah slots it away. It's a really, really confident penalty. Keeper goes right away, but he hasn't got a chance. When you see it from the camera in the net, he's nowhere near it. It's just past him before he can even think about it. And it's 2-0, and Liverpool are really, really good. But Slot, like you said earlier, Slot just keeps it simple. He brings on Kwanzaa and says, no, Joe Gomez has been absolutely fine where he is. Why the fuck am I moving him? Why am I moving 2 positions here? Jarell Kwanzaa, you're going to play right back, right? You won't be great at going forward, but no one cares. Just go in there and slot into right back players and do the job for X amount of minutes, and we'll be absolutely fine. And that's exactly what he does. Curtis Jones comes in, does exactly what he's asked to do. Nunez comes in, does exactly what he's asked to do. Lovely to see Elliott back. Grant. But he doesn't overcomplicate anything.
Yeah, don't fuck up the good thing that Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk are rediscovering by moving him to right back. And it blew me away because I didn't think we've never seen Jarell Kwanzaa play right back before. I didn't see that coming. And it's so good for the kid's confidence that Arnes, he's hooked him twice, kind of publicly. There's been narrative corner talk about Jarell Kwanzaa. Does Arne Slot believe in him? And no, you just go out there. You're going to play right back, And he ventured forward a couple of times where it was like, holy shit, can you imagine if Jarrell Kwanzaa puts in a ball here? He gets an assist from right back. It was outrageous to see, and I think it's going to do him the world of good, Jarrell Kwanzaa.
Yeah. To come in there and just go and play right back. I believe in you. You can play right back, and I think it's more of a justification to Jarrell Kwanzaa, because he could have went, listen, go in there and play 15, 20 at centre back, and he goes in and goes, right, I really have to prove myself, but he doesn't. He goes, I know you can do centre back. It's fine, but I think he can do right back as well. Do you think so? Fucking sure, yeah. Get on there. And Jono says it. He doesn't was
the danger man at that point.
Oh, of course, Doku always is.
Danger man.
Yeah, but Jono says it there. He doesn't overcomplicate things because he's not trying to prove how smart he is. And he just goes, he's a defender. Go and defend and get it done. It's just the different elements of it, and it's something I'm going to get into in the morning. Shows will be at 10 in the morning until 10:30, and then 10:45 to 11:15. So 10:45 to 11:15.
I get up at 4 in the morning.
So there we go. Couple of players I want to go through. I'm going to take these two in a block. Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez, because Joe Gomez comes back in at centre half for the first time in what feels like a long time, bringing us back to that brilliant partnership they had going back 4 years ago. And like you said, I think bar that bit from Virgil van Dijk when he's just switches off for that second for no reason. I think he's getting bored. I thought both of them were pitch perfect during the whole game. I thought they were pitch perfect.
Well, I mean, I've already said what I needed to say about Virgil, but I want to try to see if I can find. See, I did need my notes. There was one where they played a ball where Holland had run between the two center halves. There was a very well-weighted long ball over the top, and it looks like it's going to fall to Holland. And Virgil just comes around the side with a perfect right foot and doesn't hook it out for a throw-in, doesn't shank it for a corner, plays like a cushion pass. I think it went into the midfield. I think Gravenberch might have picked it up and transitioned from there. Like, I think Virgil was, again, his little fuck up besides, he was absolutely perfect today. But Joe Gomez was the perfect counterbalance to that. And Gav, the 1920 parallels are starting to get spooky. Like, we played Aston Villa on the same day this year that we did in the 1920 season.
Yeah.
Trent Alexander-Arnold, the last time he started a home league game against Manchester City was in the title-winning season. And in the title-winning season, Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk formed an imperious partnership at the back. Like, I'm loving it. You know I'm all aboard the fact that we're winning this league. But I'm all here for the narrative corners of all of this. But they were absolutely excellent because it should have been a blow to us. Because Ibou Konate has been arguably our best or second best player, or maybe third or fourth or fifth, because we've been the business this year. But Ibou Konate has been outstanding for us this season. So to lose him, to lose Connor Bradley on the back of early career defining performance against Kylian Mbappe and Real Madrid, with a tackle that has been memed around the world a million times, and rightfully so, because it was absolutely glorious and beautiful. To lose both of them to medium-term injuries should have been a blow to us. But instead, we just went, next man up. Here comes Trent back in. He's going to do Trent things. And here comes Joe Gomez. If you're not a Liverpool fan, you almost certainly do not rate Joe Gomez. And if you do not rate Joe Gomez, you are incorrect. Because Joe Gomez is a more than serviceable Premier League level center half. And when you put him beside somebody that is as good and as in form as Virgil van Dijk is, more than good enough. They were excellent today. So it gives me solace that we're not going to be missing Ibou Konate that much because we have such an ample deputy in Joe Gomez to step in there.
And I think at the start of the season, we thought Kwanzaa might even take the spot as the centre-half partner to Virgil van Dijk. And I think it was a valid argument at the time. Konate's come in and done excellent. It just happens that it's timed right here that Joe Gomez comes in. And I actually do nothing against Jarrell Kwanzaa. But I think if Joe Gomez gets his feet under the table here for the next 5, 6, 7 weeks, wherever it is that Konate is out, you could see us going into possibly United at home on January 5th, I think, where, Joe Gomez has been a major part of a difficult part of the season, where Liverpool could come out the back end of it going into a January game against Manchester United, going, listen, if we win this, you could call her off. You know what I mean? It's one of those. I want to give a shout to Andy Robertson. A lot of people, myself included, have kind of looked at Andy Robertson and thought, I'm not sure. But I have kind of caveated that with the fact that I just think he played way too much football after an injury, particularly going away with Scotland and being ran to the bone again every time he goes away with them. But what I liked about Andy Robertson today was he was measured in what he done. And I think this is my argument with Andy Robertson. I don't think he has to fly up and down the pitch like he did, if we want to go back to 1920. Yeah. I think if he measures what he's doing, I think he's fine. But I think when he tries to, I think in the sort of play we want and him running up and down, it doesn't quite fit. But today I thought he was solid, done everything he had to do, linked well with Gakpo, didn't lose the ball, covered well. I wanted to give him a shout out. The midfield, I just thought the three of them. Yeah, I just thought the three of them were incredible in different ways. Szoboszlai's running power, we've spoken before. McAllister's just so clever in what positions he get himself into. And then with Gravenberch, I just find him becoming a more and more physical presence as the weeks go on. He's becoming a presence where you go, he may look like that kind of lanky, kind of free-running guy, but there's a steel to him. And it's something that I seen away at AC Milan earlier in the season, where he was throwing your man Leao, who's a big unit. He was saying, get away from the ball, you. And he was doing that again today. He was nicking at fold, and he was at everybody. But then when he got it, he wasn't just in there to smash into people. When he got it, then he was very good in his passing and moving and just progressing Liverpool to where he wanted to be all day.
Yeah, Gravenberch has the kind of air of like a kid that plays kids sports and then they hit a growth spurt and they become a big kid.
Yeah.
And somebody needs to take them aside and go, hey, listen, you're fucking huge. Like, you can use that to your advantage. And he's really growing into it. Just his ability to just, Shawnee mentioned it months ago, those long, sexy legs that make Shawnee horny. He's definitely got those. And then the shoulder dips that he does, it's just, he's so good. And none of us saw it coming. None of us saw it coming. And again, all kudos to Arnes and his coaching staff for going, that's the guy. That's the guy that we need as our six. He's got everything that we need there. And the biggest kudos have to go to Ryan Gravenberch for seeing the opportunity, not throwing the toys out of the pram and being like, no, I'm a number 10. I don't play number 6. I'm an attacking midfielder, blah, blah, blah. Nope. He went, this is the job that the team needs me to do. Watch this. I'm going to do it at an incredibly high level. And he's just absolutely knocked it out of the park. We're getting close to narrative corner, Gab, but before we do that, can we talk about the fucking madness that is Darwin Nunez?
Well, we've spoken a bit about Salah there. He gets the goal. He gets a miss. His assist is outrageous. I think he was a threat all day. I think Bernardo Silva takes a bit of a fucking swipe at him. Somebody else, Grealish, might do as well. And Salah is just, like I said, he has that glint in his eye. Really like Gakpo as well. He varied what he was doing today. What I thought, he was too physical for Kyle Walker. He didn't put it down to pace. He didn't put it down to pace. What he done was he varied his game for me throughout the game. Gakpo, in a sense of, I'm going to be a poacher at the back post. I'm going to be physical in the air. I'm going to run at you. I'm going to drop inside. And I think Kyle Walker would have preferred a Doku type to go at him today, where you just know he's going to be tricky. He might go in, he might go out. But Gakpo's level and his variety to what he was doing, both, off the ball in the sense of trying to get assists or trying to get in the box, and on the ball in just varying everything all the time. Kyle Walker hadn't a fucking breeze what was going on today.
Yeah, I allow myself to be prone to exaggeration. I don't think Cody Gakpo lost a single high ball from the center halves or Kelleher to Kyle Walker the whole game.
Yeah.
There was a very obvious plan from City to use Haaland to block off the passing lane from Kelleher to Van Dijk. And rightly so. They know that Van Dijk has the ability to hit that 60-yard diag out to Mo and set us off on the attack. So they were going to cut that off. And we ended up doing a lot of long humps up the field from Quaveen Kelleher to whoever. And it wasn't to whoever. It was in the general vicinity of Cody Gakpo v. Kyle Walker. And Gakpo went up for pretty much all of those balls with like a 25% spin on. And he went into the header, and he's always going to win the vertical battle against Kyle Walker because he's bigger, he's stronger, and he can jump higher than him. And he went up into all of them, and he just gave it a little glance. And by the time he landed, he was halfway through his spin, and he just turned and ran with it. And he did it 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I'm going to say he did it every single time because fuck Kyle Walker. He is washed. He is done. And Cody Gakpo had him on that specific instance every single time, where we had a perfect outlet, where we didn't have to play through the lines. We didn't have to build up slow from the back. If they wanted to come on to us, and there were so many moments where, I was saying it, I was sitting watching the game with my wife, where it was like, I got to get out of that Klopp mindset where you have the ball and it's kind of even numbers and it's not really a break. But my instinct is to go, 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 go. But we don't. We take the ball, we pass it back, give it to the keeper, out to the center half, back to the keeper, out to the center half, and we draw them in. Then all of a sudden, boom, the ball goes long. It goes 40 yards. It cuts 6 of their players out. Cody Gakpo wins his 1v1 with Kyle Walker, and all of a sudden, we've got a 3v3. And that's how we built the attack. It was fantastic.
We've seen this in pre-season as well, where Liverpool love to drag teams on and then clip one into it. Was a Salah in pre-season an awful lot. Into his feet. Ball played off by Salah, and Szoboszlai was moving, or an Elliott was moving, and we're kind of getting going that way. And again, I have to go back and give loads of credit to the manager and its coaching staff. That here's another scenario. What way do they think? What way do they think we're going to get at Kyle Walker? Or we're probably going to try to get it along the ground and get Diaz against him. No, what we're going to do is we're going to make Kyle Walker be a far post defender an awful lot of the time, which is not easy, right? And when you're unsure of yourself, it's not easy, because I think he is massively unsure of himself now. But instead of us getting the ball to the winger and goal, jink in, jink out, run past, because we've seen what Timo Werner done, we're going to actually make it a physical game against Kyle Walker. So instead of us, we let Salah go over there and do all his ins and outs and fucking jinks and stuff, we're actually going to turn him into a player that we're not hoofing the ball at him, but we're playing really intelligent passes to this guy that gives him the most opportunity to win the ball against Kyle Walker. And I think, as much as Kyle Walker, I think, is just falling off a cliff, I really do have to give massive credit to Liverpool again, because that's another thing they spotted and another thing they went after. The madness of Darwin Nunez. Look, I said it during the week when I was talking to Kev, and I said, Kev, I don't die on hills. If he's not good enough for Liverpool, he's not good enough for Liverpool. But I think it's not even a shadow of a doubt that he is definitely a work in progress for Arnes in Liverpool. The way he's walking off the ball, the way he's walking defensively, the way he's walking on the ball, we still are not making mad amount of opportunities for our centre forwards. But that doesn't matter. It's the way we're playing football. He comes on, he's sliding tackle, he's making big tackles in the box, he's giving it the big one to the Kop after a tackle in the 93rd minute. He's laughing his face off, I think, when Diaz fucking upends Walker. I think, there's something there with him. And I think it gives, listen, Arne Slot might make the decision at the end of the season. He's not for us, we're going to move him on. But just the fact that he's learning and he's walking, and Arne Slot keeps putting him in, and you're seeing these little developments with him. I thought he was great when he came on. I just thought the energy, and I think it brings the crowd up again. And for me, just one word on the crowd. If you're and I'm saying this to whoever's watching, whoever might be listening, if you're going to Anfield from now to the end of the season, please make that like that every time, if you can. I know there's 3 o'clock Saturdays that are shit, but if you can make the atmosphere anywhere near that every week, I promise you no one will touch you. I promise you no team will come to Anfield and touch it, because it has to be unbearable. Pep Guardiola's head's falling off. Like, the head gasket is gone. He's given it to 6, and he's given it all this, and he's all over the fucking place, and that's what Anfield does to you. But Darwin Nunez, quickly on Darwin Nunez, because we've now got 12 minutes for left from the corner.
I'm going to push you. The 3 or 4 defensive contributions he put in right at the very end of the game are like, that will allow me to forgive any misses in front of the goal for the next 2 weeks. For the next 2 weeks, you get a pass on that, because he is so completely bought into the fact that he's not going to be the regular starter in the team, that he might not be contributing goal-wise as much as he should be. He really fucking should be scoring more goals for us. But he's not. But he can contribute in other ways. And if he does that, guess what? That's the sort of thing that we absolutely adored Bobby Firmino for, was for not contributing as much goal-wise. And I'm not saying the same type of player, but just not last-ditch tackles, but at the edge of our box, Darwin Nunez sliding tackles, throwing balls in, chasing down lost causes and winning fouls in the 93rd and a half minute sort of thing to allow us to kill the game off. That is so necessary to win these fucking games. And it's so great to see because he catches absolute pelters from certain online johners in the world, if I may, that absolutely have a vendetta against him. But Gav, we got to do it. It's narrative corner time, Gav.
Right, well, before we do, Red Steve says, I've seen Gav walk on the flat. He absolutely dies on hills. Great one. Really have.
And what a fucking prick.
Yeah, but that's, first of all, that's an absolute lie. Second of all, update, 6 days into my new regime, I've lost 9 pounds in weight in 6 days. So fuck you, Red Steve. And I just want to give it, let me see, before we get to the narrative corner, I'm really, really sorry. William Kerwin is our latest member. He joined as a member just at the start of the show. So welcome to William Kerwin as a member. If you want to get in on the Telegram groups, William, just email us and we will look after you. All right. And
there was also somebody gave 5 memberships away in the post-match show. So there's 5 long members in the post-match show. So same thing. We said it in the chat there. Email talkinkop1@gmail.com. Sign up for Telegram. Let Gav know what your email or what your Telegram handle and your YouTube handle is. They'll make sure you're a member. You get into the members chat, and that is the absolute business.
Yeah, and there's also the general chat, and then there's meant to be a transfer one where it's called something talking about chips.
Chat.
So there you go. I just want to give a shout out to some of the latest members that have come on board. I've either come on board or re-signed up with us, right? Bossman Steo, Mike McCardle, Just a Harmless Potato is probably my favourite name of all time. Emil Nikolov, and I feel like when I'm reading that name it's a joke, but I don't get the joke, but it probably isn't. Chaddy LFC, Tom Jacobson, Kuda Runyoa, Richard Salkeld, Stephen Foreman, and Ozzy Dicko. I just wanted to give them a shout because they are the latest ones to either sign up or re-sign. And I just went down to the last week. So if you've signed up 10 days ago and your name didn't get mentioned, Braid, I'm really, really sorry. Anyway, narrative corner, shoe.
Okay, so to tie in with becoming a member of the show, which is dead cheap, $3.99 a month, absolutely worth it. For no other reason than to get involved in the members chat on Telegram. The members chat on Telegram was very helpful today in helping me crowdsource inspiration for the little project that I have here. And I need to give a massive shout out to my absolutely lovely and adorable wife who made this for me, Gav. But you mentioned it as
the only thing missing is a jingle. I will have a fucking jingle for you the next time.
Okay. Well, I don't know if there'll need to be a next time, Gav, because I plan on
okay, well, hold on.
Right now.
Narrative corner.
Narrative corner is getting...
Does that work?
I love it. I absolutely love it. Gav, you mentioned it is the 1st of December. What else is the 1st of December, Gav?
The day you open your thing, the calendar thing, with the bits of chocolate in, you can have one a day.
So what we have here is
the media narrative advent calendar. Oh,
there you go, Gav. So Gav, why don't you? I don't know how to do this because I'm a faithless heathen myself. So why don't you give me a number, Gav? Give me a number.
10.
Okay, let's open up number 10.
This is fantastic.
Let's see. I knew you'd like it. So number 10, in terms of the media advent or media narrative advent calendar, under number 10 we have the Green Party will do well in this election. That's the wrong media narrative. Sorry. Give me another number, Gav. Sorry about that. I don't know how
14.
Number 14. Let's
the Green Party didn't do well. It didn't do well.
that
How
one
did the Green Party get onto this?
Oh, we have an easy schedule to start the season. Chat, give me another number here. You're like, I'm just going to go through these because, again, Gav, I don't know how to do this. I got number 4. What do we have here? Oh, let's see. Oh, we're just experiencing a new manager bounce. What else we got?
Yes. Okay. Actually, do you know what? Someone asked for this, so here you go.
We're in showbiz, baby.
There you go.
Yeah.
Eamon Dunphy, he's in.
Dunphy.
And Match Apple says, this is bingo. Yes, it is. It's now narrative bingo. It's a tree made of cardboard with narrative stuck in them as an advent calendar.
Look at this beautiful thing. What is that?
Is it an angel?
It's an angel. Look at the halo and everything. It's made out of tape.
Do you know, when you said what happens on the first thing, I genuinely was going advent calendar not knowing that you have done this. That is amazing.
I know. It was brilliant. You're absolutely fucking brilliant. Oh, number 9. Oh, that's a good one, Gav. Arnes has just inherited a good team.
Yeah.
He's just inherited a good team. You know,
Yeah.
we've all heard that one before.
Yeah.
Give me another number, Gav.
Give me number 3 there, Bob.
Okay, here we go. Number 3. What do we got? I've literally filled all of these. Number 3 is this is a favorite. This is can I get it up there?
Haven't played anyone yet. Woohoo!
We haven't played.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my goodness. Advent calendars are fucking great. Number
we should
1,
have
Michael
one every
Murphy
week.
says,
What's next? Give me number
Michael-
25, the most important and beautiful day of the year, the 25th of
Hold
December.
on. Michael Murphy has asked for number 1. Oh, number 1, Michael Murphy. That's for you. See if we can get it. I don't know how backwards works.
No new signings.
No new signings.
Hold on.
We have got no new signings, Gav.
Ping for no new signings.
Oh, this is my favorite thing I've ever done. This is my favorite thing I've
Shout
ever
us out a
done.
number. Shout us out a number.
Come on, people. It's in the chat right here.
Lee Wizkid,
This
this is turned into madness. Lee Wizkid said, I've just emailed you. I don't know what the fuck he's emailing me for. And if it is, he has emailed me.
Getting into the Telegram. Presumably about getting into the Telegram. Come on, chat.
Okay,
Come on,
cool.
hit me up.
Come on,
Let's
just
see
give us
some
fucking numbers. Is there 115 windows in the chat, says Avo? No. You never walk alone, says I'm loving
number
this.
6 for Pep Guardiola from birthday boy Owen Burke. Let's see what we got under number 6.
Did he ask for number 6?
Number 6. Oh, this is a good one. This one's already lucky with injuries.
Oh, hold on. I have something for this. I have something. Boom.
All right, Dan Austin wants number 17. Let's see.
By the way,
got
none of
under-
this was planned, and it's probably the best podcast internet thing you've ever heard. Go.
I knew you were going to fucking love this, Gav. And again, shout out to my lovely, lovely wife.
Who is in the chat, by the looks of it.
Oh, is Elizabeth G in the chat?
Yeah,
Give a shout
she's
out
in
to
there. She's
Elizabeth
fucking taking
G
on
in
the glory.
chat. Number 17, we have... Oh, what do we got there?
Oh,
Lack of squad depth.
lack
we
of
have no
squad depth. Hold on. Lack of squad depth. Get. There we go. Lack of squad depth.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Number
We got
7 for John Brooks. Number 7 for John
Okay,
Brooks.
we had an 11 there from Gary Boland. I'll get back to that, Gary. We just missed that. Hold on. Under number 7, we have... Oh, that's a big one.
The Rodri got injured. We really like that one.
Rodri got injured. So Gary wanted number 11. Advent is great. I'm literally...
Advent
this
is
the first Advent
fantastic.
calendar I've ever had.
Fantastic.
It's the first one.
Anthony wants number 13 if it's still going.
It might be. Sorry, this is number 11 for Gary Boland. We have...
Oh, the Arsenal injuries, of course.
Arsenal injuries.
Of course.
Just unbelievable injuries.
Arsenal injuries.
Anthony Milk.
And do you know what this is just reminded me? I only have a set amount of sound effects, so I'm going to go and get
We can
more.
run through them again, Gav. We can run through them again. Number 13. This one is for you, Anthony Milk in French. We've got Liverpool have a washed-up squad.
Oh.
Washed-up squad. All right, Peter D, I believe that is his next up. He's got number 6. We did number 6. Sorry about that, Peter D. You got to keep up. Chris Brack wants 21. He wants 21. So just so people know, I've only got up to 23. Up to 21, I didn't even read this. So. Oh, we didn't sign Zubamendi. We didn't sign Zubamendi, Gav. That's
That was
why
mental.
we're not good.
That was mental.
Ridiculous. I've got so many more of these fucking things. Advent is a long time.
It's not.
It's
It's 24
they want
days.
Eamon Dunphy again, Gav. Give him
24.
Eamon Dunphy one more time.
John Brooks says, Gav, how do I become a member? If you're watching on your desktop, if you're watching wherever, there's a little join button. There's a little join button where usually subscribe is, or the like button. Hit join, you sign up, and you do it there. If there's anybody watching that wants to donate 5 memberships, you can do that instead of doing a super chat or whatever. You can literally just put in that you want to give 5 away. They automatically go to 5 people for a month, and then they may take it up and keep going. Number 24, he doesn't have it. Red Steve. Of course, Red Steve
I'm
asked for
saving
24.
number 24 for the end, Red Steve. Quit fucking everything up, Red Steve. You're the worst. This is
12.
number 2. This is number 2. We have an untested manager.
Untested
Dutchman.
manager. Hold on, I think I'll go with. That was a good one for the untested manager.
All right,
so many narratives. Have we missed any? I don't think we've missed any.
I don't think we have, and I've only repeated one of them a couple of times. So and again, thank you to the Telegram members chat for providing me with all of these narratives. This is number 12 for Little Dear McGlinchey. We've got Liverpool will be lucky to make
the top four.
Oh, that is a Gary Neville special. That one right there.
Yeah.
What else do we got? Number 9 from Gizmo.
The Gizzles.
We did that already. I'll double 9 and give you 18 because you're a Lawson and you're worth.
And Chris Brack asked for 18 as well, so there you go.
Nah, Bracky already had his.
Kieran B has one for the next advent calendar. He says, Dutch managers don't work in the Premier League. There we go.
Where were you in the members chat earlier? Look at this one. 18 is brilliant.
Inherited Klopp's thing. Yeah, hold on.
We're in showbiz, baby.
We get you Dunphy back in there.
I love it. I mean, Gav, it's funny how you can get both a washed-up squad that aren't good enough, didn't make any new signings, and he inherited an incredible team all at the same time, Gav. It's a Christmas miracle.
Fantastic. Contracts are unsettling us, said Richard.
Oh, shit, I didn't have that one either.
Yeah, that's a good one.
In honor of the fallen.
You have a lot to live up to next week if you make an appearance, or the next time you make an appearance on a Sunday night. Like an angel made of cardboard with 24 narratives is phenomenal.
In honor of the fallen Ibu Konate, number 5 is we're going to struggle
post Klopp. There you go. And as much as I'm enjoying this, if you want to make suggestions as to what sound effects I should have on for anything, let me know and I will make them up and put them in here because I can add loads of them, like millions, as many as you want. So there you go. People tuning in now are going to think this channel is ran by a bunch of drunks. Well, it is, but this is a little bit more.
You don't lose 9 pounds in 6 days being on the cans.
Anfield is a library. I'm off the drink. Yeah, I'm off the drink. Have you got a number 24?
I do have a number 24, but I am saving it, Gav, for the whole point of
How many have you got left?
I'm looking through them all. I got number 8 for Dominic Szoboszlai, who has amazing bouncy hair, which will fall away come January.
Oh, yes.
All the way come January.
Yeah. Big parties in January.
Big parties in January. We're running out of chocolates. Oh, no, 14's done.
There's no chocolate.
15's done. Let's see what we got under number 15. We have, this is an old favorite. It's got to come back because, Gav, guess what?
Oh, it's the best of all. It's the best of all.
We haven't played anybody yet,
It's
Gav.
the best of all. Yeah, haven't played anybody at all, ever. And we did tweet earlier, Liverpool have played 0. 1-11, drawn 1, lost 1, scored 28, conceded 8, scored 26, conceded 8, goal difference of 18, points 34. But the important part of that tweet was played 0 at the start, because of course we haven't played anyone.
Somebody mentioned
Scouser Pete Scouser Pete wants the river dance. I'll get it for you. I'll get a bit of river dance for you. And you know what I was thinking? I'm thinking, should I just break down Father Ted and have a load of things from Father Ted? Like, what age do you think I am? I heard you're a racist now, Father. Things like that. I'm gonna have so much fun. But I need stuff like this to be brought to me so we can use them. I can't just randomly put them in.
Sure you can.
What else have we got?
All right, I'm on number, I can't even remember. I think this was 16. This is an Arsenal fan favorite, PGMOL Conspiracy.
Ooh, yeah.
It's obviously a conspiracy because, all the referees that are getting caught doing cocaine on the internet are clearly anti-Arsenal. Clearly anti-Arsenal. Allegedly.
Yeah.
This is number 19. What do we have number 19? Oh, this one, Gav. I think this is perfect.
Catching teams at the best possible time.
Just lucky Liverpool. Lucky Liverpool.
We're so happy.
We're on to number 20, Gav, for the ex-Red Adam Lallana, who really should have been sent off at the weekend. Oh, no. I'm going to skip ahead. I got 22 and 20. How did nobody pick 22 and 23? Here's 22. Who's under number 22? Oh, this is a beauty right here, Gav. Gravenberch will be found out in the big games against big.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one.
real
I have to give him a DJ on.
It really ties in with the didn't sign Zubamendi, no new signings thing.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one. And this is actually true, this one. You need luck
to win a title. I'm not getting the sound effect of that one because I believe in that one.
I do believe in that one because that one goes along with, let's make sure I'm holding this. I wasn't holding it the right way up and down. With this one, Gav.
Is this 24?
No, this is 20. This is the last one before 24, before Christmas Eve, Gav, which is, we haven't played anyone yet, Gav.
We've done that already.
No, Gav. That narrative will never die. Liverpool have not played anyone yet, Gav. Which brings me on to, it is a Christmas miracle. Look at how beautiful this thing is.
Look how big 24 is.
Gav, when she originally did it, it looked like an iron cross, and I was like, no way. I am not holding up an iron cross on YouTube.
I thought it was a shamrock when you held it up first.
Oh, that would have been great. Here's 24, Gav. Oh, it's fallen out. Almost lost it. Okay. It's Christmas Eve, Gav.
Here we go.
I've got
Merry Christmas, everyone. It's the 4th of December, and here is your last one.
This is a Christmas miracle, this narrative.
Okay.
And I think this is going to take us through into the new year, Gav. Hold on.
Man City,
bad
champions. Ooh.
Are we going to hear that yet, Gav? I had enough fucking narratives to fill up a cardboard make-believe media narrative advent calendar, and I haven't heard anybody yet. Remember when we won the title and we were fucking bad champions after 12 games? We got beat 7-2. We had no center halves. We were signing Ozan Kabak and a guy named Davies, who I've never seen play fucking football ever. But Manchester City haven't won in 7 fucking games. 7 games, Gav, they haven't fucking won in. They are bad champions. You know who's going to be good champions? Arnes motherfucking Reds. That's who, Gav. That's who, Gav.
That was emotional. But I have to
great,
say,
wasn't it?
Like,
look at this.
What a start to Christmas. What a start to Christmas it's been. With Advent Angel Shamrock made of cardboard.
Advent calendar.
Made of cardboard. And instead of chocolate inside it, it's just media narratives around Liverpool FC, which let me be perfectly honest, right? I knew fuck all about. All he said was, it's narrative corner. He said, what happens on the 1st of December? I immediately thought Advent calendars because I bought me children some on Friday, and one of me children, namely the young male one, is just like, can we have this now? What you mean Monday?
Open them all up, baby.
Yeah.
Open every. You tell Callum he's allowed to open.
Well, he was meant to open up one today, but he hasn't. We told him Tuesday or Monday. So there you go.
Unfortunately for him, every 4th one he opens is going to say Liverpool haven't played anyone yet.
I'm half thinking of taking the chocolate out and just replacing them with media narratives around Liverpool Football Club. To be fairly fair, I think it'd be a really, really educational thing. Yeah, maybe. Do you know what I might do? I might make one up, open them every morning and read them to him, and see his reaction, and film them at the same time, because he'll just say things like, "You messing," which he does an awful lot to me because I'm constantly messing with him. Anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody. Liverpool are 9 points clear in the Premier League. They've gone 11 points clear of Man City with a 2-0 win today. Make sure to check out our post-match show, which was excellent. It's there to watch and to listen to, because I got it all done before I done this show. And this one will be available to watch and listen to as well. If you're subscribed, thank you. Subscribe, like, comment, become a member. Do that as well. And we're going to have loads of fun starting tomorrow.
I told you I'd make you go over the hour, Gav.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And listen, I'm actually okay with it because that was fantastic. And I got to use my 9... what you call them? Sounds.
effects.
Yeah,
They're
which I'm going to add to in a big way.
You got to sign off with the showbiz, baby.
I will do when we're finished. But yeah, from tomorrow, I did promise you're going to see more of us. So from tomorrow morning, you're going to see a half-an-hour show with me. That will be free from 10:45 to 11:15. And then before that, if you're a member, you're going to have the 30. If people don't know what that is, it's basically me talking to people at 10 o'clock in the morning while everybody has a cup of tea and we all talk about whatever we want to. Some football, majority of it's not. Majority of it's basically what's your favourite field. That's basically what it is, right? It's ridiculous. And we are going to do more stuff on the likes of TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all that sort of thing. We'll be back. We should be back tomorrow night as well. We'll be back Tuesday. We'll be back Wednesday. We'll be back Thursday, Friday, all that sort of thing. Matt, you have one thing to say, I think.
Yes, before we go, obviously the single most important thing is we still have our 2 charity partners that we're raising money for, which is Fans Supporting Food Banks and Lighthouse Cafe in Dublin. Please, 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 it is the worst time of year to be going without in a season of giving and joy and family and caring. These are 2 organizations that are doing the type of work that John McClane could never dream of doing, which is giving back to others. Mm-hmm. Please help us support these 2 wonderful organizations, helping to give people the absolute bare minimum at this time of year, at all time of years. So if you can donate, you'll find the GoFundMe link in any of the show descriptions, whether you're watching on YouTube or following later on a podcast download. If not, please take it, share it amongst Twitter, Blue Sky, into your text message groups, whatever you got. But just, please help us raise money because these people are doing fantastic work.
Correct. Also, want to shout out to Football Prizes. Their latest offering closes tomorrow, which is all around. I think it's all centered around Istanbul and stuff like that. Loads of science stuff going on there. So if you want to check them out, the link is in the description as well. Owen Book says, Eamon Dunphy was involved in the greatest moment in Irish TV history. Jerry Ten says,
I call it a mattress.
What?
Was that calling him mattress?
No. Eamon Dunphy was involved in the greatest moment in Irish TV history. It's the Rod Little clip, which Jerry Ten references, which I think Matt has seen. If he hasn't, I'll make sure he does get to see it very quickly. And I will try get that clip as one of my soundboardy things as well. Just to let people know, in Die Hard 2, John McClane jumps out of a helicopter to try stop a plane. And when he lands on the ground of the plane, he blows that plane up, killing all these bad people and actually creating a runway for planes that are so low on fuel to use as a runway. The fire works as a runway. And what is that? That is working to give back to people. Merry Christmas, everybody. It's the 1st of December. Thanks to Matt. Thanks to me. Thanks to everybody in the chat. When I say it's been mental, it's been fucking mental. Over and out.